Yo, how's it going, everyone? It's that time. I say once again, it's been a while. Taken a bit of a break from the early streams recently to try and recharge a little bit. Too many early mornings in a row. I was getting very tired, just tired all the time. I was like visibly tired on stream, which I didn't think was a particularly good look. So obviously, while the game has been a little bit more on the quiet side, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to have some mornings off. But we are back. We got some content today. The new burst mode, new intensifying fights stage. So we're going to jump in and take a look at those here on the stream. Although funny enough, like considering this was going to be my first start getting back to early streams, but I'm so used to now having changed the time of the streams to 8 o'clock. I forgot that I'd actually put in the schedule today to start at 7 and didn't even get up until like just after 7. Thinking like, oh yeah, I'll get up a little bit earlier, have everything set up and ready, get a coffee, be sat at my computer basically already, and it was like past. I was like, yeah, cool. Half an hour until I'm supposed to start, and it was like 7:30. Then I looked at the schedule and it was like, oh, I was meant to start at 7 and not 8. Dark FV got hit with the accidentally put a dot instead of a space, so Nightbot's like, are you posting links? But yeah, how is everyone doing today? I should post the post on Twitter. So we're live. Don't close that. Yeah, it's because there's a dot, because he put like, oh no, dot I'm instead of space I'm. So then Nightbot's like, there's a dot there, that must be a link. I think you can use a full stop if you put a space, but yeah, without it, Nightbot's like, links. Yeah, Big TX, how's it going? I know, right? They missed the amazing content from Dokkan. We've got a new stage of this event and a burst mode. It's crazy. Factor that decides which opponents you will face, whether the enemy is defeated within the first turn of phase 2. Interesting. Okay, so let's make an Otherworld Warriors team first. The intensifying fights stage is straightforward. Yeah, I imagined it probably would be. I'm not going to use the noob icon because it's I like to do these videos as kind of like how to beat this thing. So yeah, we'll use Goku, we'll use Vegito because like everybody should have Vegito after the anniversary. And imagine starting Dokkan like just after the anniversary. So you've got like, you just missed not only the anniversary units coming out, but the fact that you could have got one for free. Because like doing all the missions for the Purunga Dragon Balls, even if you'd started like brand new, part way through the anniversary, wouldn't have taken that long to complete. So like imagine starting like just after the anniversary, and now you're in that unfortunate position where you don't have the anniversary, any of the anniversary units. Second channel link in here. Vicon's rainbow orb changing in burst mode got me killed. Oh damn. Did he change? Wait, how? Alright, there we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump in. Yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button. Let's get this new stage smashed out here. The old Pycon OST. Changed all the physical orbs I was going to use to heal. Ah, I see. Oof. That's unfortunate. Alright, let's change this to something a bit more energetic. Alright. Hey guys, Mark Singing here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, and so we finally got some content. We are getting a new stage for the Intensifying Fights event. I really like the idea of this event where you have to meet a certain condition in order to fight the actual true boss of the stage, and if you don't, you end up fighting a different boss. The only thing I would say is that the difficulty level of this event is not like super high, right? Like it's not like red zone level, which I think something like that would be really interesting. Like maybe not on the level of the hardest red zone bosses, but a sort of middle ground red zone difficulty with this kind of feature I think would be really cool. But anyway, we have Intensifying Fight Stage 7, obviously being part of the Part 2. We are looking at an Other World Warriors theme. The true boss of the event is a Super Kaioken Goku. Obviously we have a mission to just beat the stage, and then we have a mission to beat the stage with 6 Other World Warriors characters. So I'm going to use an Other World Warriors team. We can see here, we get a hint in the event description. Stage 7, Intensifying Fights, Other World Warriors. Factors that decide which opponent you will face, whether the enemy is defeated within the first turn of Phase 2. So essentially, it means we just got to beat Phase 2 in one turn. So hopefully we'll be able to do that first try here. Obviously it kind of depends on the rotations that we get, I suppose. But I thought I would use a team here. We're not using the new Pycon. Obviously I wanted this to be a bit more of an accessible video for people who don't have him. We're using the Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku. Obviously if you have a better setup for this, then you know that's what you're going to want to use. Remember that both the 10th year fusions are on Other World Warriors, but I'm only using Vegito in this run. As we've talked about kind of in the last, you know, since the anniversary's been over, anyone who was playing during the anniversary, like everyone will have gotten one anniversary unit, right, from the Purunga Wish, and Vegito should have been your top choice if you didn't have them already. So unless you're someone who's literally only just started the game after the anniversary, like everybody should have Tech Vegito. And mine is only 55% because I think I got mine from, actually I got mine from the Pity, and then we got the Purunga Wish, and that's how I got Super Saiyan 4 Goku. But obviously both the 10-year fusions are on here, so if you have both of them, you can throw Gogeta on the team as well, make it a little bit easier. It is giving us a Pycon friend, because obviously he has Other World Warriors 200%, so we'll go ahead and use him as our friend leader. And then yeah, let's see how we get on. I forget that this stage has these like things, like if you have any characters on your team that would get like a massive buff from being on really low health, you can use those nodes to damage yourself deliberately. But alright, so let's see what we got. We got a pretty shocking first turn. I guess we could rely on Pycon. Rely on the dodge from Pycon in slot 1. Do this. Then physical Kaioken can potentially get crits, because we're going to get the physical orb, so he gets the extra attacks. And then I guess we just do that. So we don't have a Buu Saga Goku for the Angel Vegeta, but we do at least have a Goku on rotation. Yeah, Pycon coming in clutch with the dodges. So 16 million here. Obviously get the unit super as well, because we've got the Angel Goku, well, and an Angel Vegeta, so... Okay, yeah, this is what I mean about the difficulty level for these events, right? Like, Pycon almost one-shotting Frieza. So now Kaioken Goku should just finish off King Cold. Yeah, just straight up one shot with a crit. Alright, so phase 2 is the Cell. And yeah, we just have to kill him in one turn in order to get through to the next phase. So, get our Rainbow Orbs for you. And then we'll get physical orbs of Pycon. Just miss out on the 24 key. But Pycon has type advantage, so... 52 damage. Oof, crazy. Right, Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku, obviously not as strong offensively in slot 1, but he's our go-to tank for these shorter events. It's decent damage. I mean, I guess it depends how many attacks Gogeta does. I think Gogeta and Pycon together, potentially. Oh, okay, yeah. A second hit did way more. Right, yeah, so this shouldn't be too difficult. Gogeta should just finish him off here. Jeez. Alright, well, absolutely destroyed. So there you go. Fighting a really strong opponent really gets me fired up. So there you go. We got to fight Kaioken Goku. Super difficult, I know. Well, this is your first turn. Although, if we do this... Get a super high dodge chance for you in slot 1. Do that. Now drop that physical orb to there, yep, and then we can get the orbs for Pycon. Perfect. There you go, Super Kaioken with the dodge in slot 1. Super Kaioken versus Super Kaioken, let's go. Obviously, not very offensively strong, the physical Kaioken Goku, if you're getting the AGL tech or in orbs. But yeah, this guy's a little bit more HP. I mean, we're attacking for the first time here with the Tech Goku. We've got time disadvantage, so obviously if we don't get crits, we're not doing big damage. Yeah, that Friend Summon Kid Buu post was great. Actually, no, what am I talking about? We'll be fine. It's turn 1. We've got, like, so much damage reduction. Just take double-digit damage. GG, easy. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, obviously, the condition wouldn't be something like beat the second phase boss in one turn if the event had a much higher difficulty and, like, the bosses had more HP. But I really like the concept of this event. It's just... a little bit too easy, I think. And maybe not for everyone, right? I know, like, not every event has to be end game level. You have to have, like, an end game level box to be able to do it. Like, this is an event that most people should be able to do. I mean, obviously, it depends on your box whether you can actually make, like, a full Otherworld Warriors team. Because obviously that will make a difference to, like, whether you can do that particular mission or not. But even if you can't make a very good Otherworld Warriors team, you can still do a separate run with your best team, which will therefore fairly easily take out Cell. Although I guess Otherworld Warriors do get the advantage, which means I think that the whole point is they do extra damage. But yeah, I guess that's the only sort of like tricky part of this when they add these missions for these intensifying fights. Is like if you don't have a good team for that specific category. But again, you don't need, even if you can't make a full Otherworld Warriors team that is good, having characters like the 10-year fusions, like get a good rotation, you'll easily kill that cell in one turn. And then if your other World Warriors team is on the weaker side and you don't fight Super Kaioken Goku with them, you're able to do it in like 2 runs. That'll still be fine. So it should be straightforward enough. I mean, obviously we're using some characters here that are a little bit older. Some, of course, who've just got an easy A's or super easy A's to bring them back into relevancy, like our boy STR Super Gogeta. I was going to say he's going to finish him off with a normal here, but not quite. So he's going to eat this super from Kaioken Goku. Yeah, 17 damage, so not exactly. Let's actually have a look what this guy's stats are while Angel Vegeta finishes him off here. Yeah, 18 million, no crit. And there we go, that is Super Kaioken Goku taken out. Let me get the stats up here. What are we looking at for... where is Intensifying Fights on the... Dokkan info. I want to see what the stats for Super Kaioken Goku are, because I can't imagine that they are particularly high. There it is. Stage 7, Other World Warriors. Yeah, Super Kaioken Goku only supers for like 1.7 million. If you don't beat it in the one turn, you fight a base form Angel Goku who only supers for 400k. But yeah, Super Kaioken Goku has 85 million HP, his normals do 600k, and then yeah, his super does 1.7, so not particularly difficult, like nowhere near the sort of current red zone level, but there we go, we beat stage 7, we defeated Super Kaioken Goku, and we beat stage 7 with our full Other World Warriors team. So nice and easy, quick 16 stones, but there you go. So let me know how you guys got on down below in the comment section. What team build did you use? Were you able to get Super Kaioken Goku and get it done? Let me know how you got on down below. So hopefully they will do more of these. Like I said, I don't know, they've been at a sort of consistent level of the difficulty, not being super crazy, but I would like to see this kind of feature with the ability to fight different bosses included in some of the harder events, but I guess we'll see what happens in the future. So let me know all your thoughts about the new stage, the event in general. Do you like that gimmick with the conditions for fighting bosses? Let me know all that stuff down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one. Okay, so that was very, very straightforward. Hey, Apathy, can't stick around, just popped in for a bit. No worries, I appreciate you. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Yo, Jaren, how's it going? Yeah, content done in one night, time for complaining. True. That's the Dokkan community like content cycle, right? Oh, look at that. That got me to exactly 500 stones as well. That's visually appealing. Yeah, that's the Dokkan community cycle, right? New content drops, beat all the new content like as soon as it comes out, as quickly as possible, and then complain there's no content, and then repeat. Yeah, Carnage, how's it going? Obviously we're now going to accept our daily missions and go to 501 stones, but it was nice while it lasted. I hate this burst mode, it's so annoying. Okay, interesting. We are going to check it out. I almost got all the Petan stickers from the latest set. Yeah, I forgot exactly when it was going to end, and I obviously went in, finished up my bunch of fights, and then went to set the next one. It was like, nope, the event's over now. I think I'm missing 2. Yeah, 2. Which I'm guessing are literally LR Great Ape Vegeta and LR Kaioken Goku. Actually, no, that's the LR Great Ape, isn't it? Oh, and that's the LR Kaioken Goku. Okay, so I have no idea who the 702 and 703, whoever they are the ones that I'm missing. But yeah, shout out to everyone that's here for the stream. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Got less than half the people in the stream have liked the stream. So do go ahead, hit that like button. Helps out the channel with the algorithm and all that good stuff. chat that YouTube is more likely to show the stream to new people on their homepage if it has more likes on it. So you directly help me out just by being here in the stream, and if you hit that like button, just that one little click that is free. I forgot Janemba's Dokkan event has dodge. You bro literally went UI Janemba. LR Kaioken Goku and LR Giant Ape Vegeta. Well, that's what I thought, but that's that guy and that guy, right? Hey, it's Girth's birthday today, Girth Jr. Happy birthday. Let's get some happy birthdays in the chat for Girth members. Let's see those Kingen emotes. Alright, let's have a look at the burst mode missions then, shall we? Oh, transformed. So the actual giant ape is the one of them. Oh wait, yeah, no, that other art for Kaioken Goku, that's not his actual LR art, is it? I see, I see. Be serious and feed the Sith. That's alright, that was already done. That's what I do. That's like the first thing I do when I get up in the morning. Alright, let's have a look, shall we? Saviors, so that's going to be fun. Saviors and Corroded Body and Mind. So which one of those are we going to do first? I guess we could do Saviors first because it's the top one. Comment missed. I know you did a video on worst yellow coin LRs. You should do one for the worst Dokkan Fest exclusive LRs. Yeah, I could have a look at doing that potentially. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think off the top of my head though. Out of the actual Dokkan Fest exclusive LRs, have there been any that were like really bad on release? Blue Evolution Vegeta in the 6th anniversary. I'm literally by the end of the anniversary, like people were already saying that he wasn't that good. I guess like in Super Saiyan 4 Goku, especially from the global perspective, because he came out after content that had already power crept him. I'm trying to think. I guess like the Saiyans Without Limits are a meme, but the thing is, like in the worldwide when they came out, like they were actually good. Like obviously they could still be like dodge or die in slot 1 against Samasu's AoE and stuff like that, but like I remember them being good. Like at the time when I was doing missions, like when Easy A's came out and stuff like that, and it was like let's do a showcase of them against Samasu, I was pretty much like always using the blues like Without Limits on that team. Oh yeah, the AGL Super Saiyans from the Cooler Worldwide. Yeah, I hated them. I literally pulled one copy, did the 55% showcase, thought they were so bad I literally didn't do any more summons on their banner, and I spent all of the rest of my stones that I had for that worldwide on Metal Cooler's banner and ended up rainbowing Metal Cooler. So, no regrets. They have a decent enough skeleton, like, as long as they need to fix the condition for their costume change thing, which they can do because it's not an active skill. But... Brainbuster! Hey, shout out to Drace for re-upping his channel membership, Ningen Club member for 43 months. Let's go. Damn, 5 months away from the 4-year badge. That's crazy. Where's our best unit? Dokkan Fest exclusive Super Serious Super Saiyan 4 Cyberman. Dokkan fears a unit of such power. They could never. Alright, so if we're using, well, we're using AGL on physical, so they can have damage reduction against tech. That's fine. Just put on the obvious ones. No items, no support memories. And then raising the enemy's HP is always fine. And then let's see what we got. Reduce damage, that's fine. Yeah, attack raised by 50% is barely anything, and it gives 620 points. And then that only gives 110, but that's fine. I mean, yeah, we don't even technically need to have those on, but we'll do that. Alright, so that makes that quite easy. I'm not going for 7,000 points. Wait, is it 7,000 for this one? A full Pycon team. Damn, that's our roster for for saviors, for physical and AGL. Jeez. I mean, obviously, that because we have physical Pycon, that makes it a lot easier. Oh, you mean for like a high score? Yeah, fair. Maybe I should do tech and physical, because then again, it's like the one for the previous video. I don't want to use LR Pycon because not everyone's going to have LR Pycon. So use Tech Gohan as the leader because he's like the go-to saviors leader. Not everyone's going to have Super Saiyan 3 Go tanks, so... Although, yeah, the physical units on this team kind of suck. Apart from Pycon, obviously. So I need to get an extra 30 points. I'll just put his defense up, that's fine. Alright. Now we can have you. We have AGL Pycon. We can have you. It's like a little bit better. I mean, it's not great. You could have gotten Gotenks with the special stone during the anniversary. That is true, but I think for a lot of people, the priority would have been getting Gogeta or Vegito. So, I don't know. Just throw Oob on there. I mean, this team is not great, but the thing is, the modifiers aren't super high, so like it's not going to be super difficult. Yes, he doesn't get the damage reduction or give the support if there's no Goten or Trunks. Yeah, Jirobi, I guess. Because he's just a slot 3 support. Now, what is the cost of this team? 380. And then you have to include the friend, so it's like 400. So yeah, we have to have the team cost 500. Yeah, Golden Week officially starts in Japan next Tuesday, a week from today. The 29th is when Golden Week, actually, like the actual festival, starts in Japan. So I think the banners will literally come out like a week today. Okay, so let's go back. Yeah, because Dokkan, obviously, like, the actual start date of the celebration can differ, but that's when the celebration of like the actual Golden Week celebration, because it's a real like holiday in Japan, that's when it starts on the 29th. Well, I always do it with both. That's the thing. Like, I know whichever your better team, I'm going to say this when we record, but like obviously whatever your better team is, that's the one you should go for, the 6,000 points. But I always do 6,000 points with both, just to do it right. So okay, let's get this show on the road. Make sure you guys hit that like button, and yeah, we're going to go ahead and jump in. Because yeah, I think I made a video last night about you should go check it out if you haven't seen it, but like, when will we see Golden Week news? But like, I went over like exactly when they first showed like teasers last year and stuff like that. I'll put it in the chat. But yeah, like based on, you can see in that video, but based on like when we saw teasers last week and stuff like that, it's definitely too early to see something today, because it's like a week away. But based on how many days before they showed hints and stuff last year, I think Friday potentially we could see like a teaser, like you know, last year they showed just the gif of like the arrow going into the ball, which was obviously supposed to be the Kamehameha versus Fat Boo. They showed that 4 days before the units came out. And then 2 days before the units came out, they dropped a producer letter. So that would be, if the celebration is going to start on Tuesday, the hint would be Friday and the producer letter would be Sunday, which kind of ties in with stuff that we've seen before. So, ever been to Japan? One of my goals is to go to Japan this summer. I have never been personally. It's definitely somewhere that I would like to go. Hey, shout out to Preston Kitty for gifting a channel membership. I appreciate you, my dude. Shout out to Dave8711 for receiving the membership. Let's pop this on here. We will see over the next few days, because I'm going to get back into the habit of doing the early streams again now, after having a little bit of time off to kind of recharge and have some like late mornings. But we will see the members numbers start to go down a little bit, because we are a month, pretty much exactly a month now from the big World Tournament weekend. And obviously you guys know we hit our sub goal. Dr. Pritch dropped a massive amount of support with the members. Obviously a lot of those will start to expire over the next few days, so the overall number of members will start to drop. So definitely appreciate the support from you guys. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this burst mode started. Hey guys, Mark Singing here, bringing our Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video. And so we've got a new burst mode in the game today versus the Tech Janemba Dokkan event. And we are going to go ahead and jump in and get the missions done here. So you can see here, as always, for burst mode, we have two specific categories that it wants us to use. The first one is Saviors, and the next one is Corroded Body and Mind. All of the other missions are just incremental score increases, as always, going up to the final one being 6,000 points. So, as I always say with these burst mode videos, what you really want to do out of these two categories is whichever one you can build the best team, that's the one you want to go for, the 6,000 points. And then all you have to do to complete the other mission, because that will be the only mission you have left, is you can come into here, turn off all the modifiers, just put on the category one that you want, which let's say was Corroded Body and Mind for your second run. You're only going to get 1,150 points, but without any of the other modifiers on, the event is literally just a Dokkan event level with no extra difficulty. So you'll be able to smash through it nice and quick and get the last mission done. I always do, for my burst mode videos, I get the 6,000 points with both teams just to show that it can be done. And obviously whichever one of those two categories is your strongest, you'll be able to build a similar team, and then do the other one as you see fit. Now obviously if you want to go for a higher score, you can get the extra coins for buying the OSTs, and then like the silver coins for the skill orbs and stuff like that. We do often in the Discord have like a friendly sort of challenge of who can get the highest score. So if you do want to get a score higher than 6,000 and post it in the Discord, remember the link to join is down below. Even if you don't want to post a burst mode high score, do join the Discord, join the community. But yeah, we're going to start off with Saviors. Now the Saviors roster is a bit, you know, and I didn't want to just use the physical LR Pycon because I know a lot of people won't have summoned for him. So in order to make the best roster that we could with this team, I'm going for the AGL and Tech types, which is a slightly lower score than the highest scoring one, which is AGL and physical. But the physical roster is not particularly great outside of LR Pycon anyway. So we're going to use AGL and Tech types. We've got the 500 or less team cost, so we can get some LRs in there. And then I always put on the status effect blocking because it doesn't necessarily make a huge difference. We're used to difficult events not being able to do that anyway. And then obviously we've got the enemy having damage reduction only against the typing that we're not using, so that doesn't really affect us at all. Give the enemy damage reduction. As I always say, the main goal for these, I think, to get you to 6,000 points is you should try giving the enemy the defensive capabilities, but not like tons and tons of offense, right? Because that unfortunately will create the opportunity for you to get like one shot if the wrong unit takes a super. So we've literally only given him 50% attack, which when you think about how easy Dokkan events are, 50% attack on top is not really a huge amount, right? And then 200% defense. We couldn't go for the lowest one because we obviously had to make the score up to 6,000. We've got the 1,000% extra HP. No damage reduction, no type disadvantage orbs hurt us, no allies minus key. We didn't need to go for any of that. So you can see there's a lot of room there if you want to go for a higher score. Because even turning on like these, for example, wouldn't necessarily make it that much more difficult. But obviously the goal here is just to go for the 6,000 points. I'll probably set a high score with a different team, maybe using my Pycon or maybe using Corroded Body of Mind. We'll see how it goes. But this is the team that we've made. I couldn't see any Gohan friends on the list. We might have to just use the friend that it gives us, but Hybrid Saiyans Goku family. Oh no, there is a friend one there. What's the they're at 90%. Okay, we'll grab them. So you can see here we've got Tech Gohan. He was the OG Saviors leader. And then we've got the AGL Ultima Gohan from last year's Golden Week. AGL Pycon, obviously with his Easy A. Tech Super Sentry Gotenks Super Easy A. I put him on the team because I know not everybody would have the LR. If you have the LR, obviously you're going to want to use him instead. Tech Oob from Battlefield has the start of turn heal transformation that could come in handy. And then the Yajirobe, his very old banner unit, slot 3 floating support character. So that's our team for Saviors. We're going to jump in and we will see how we go. Obviously we're not using the allies minus key, so it doesn't really matter too much, but I usually try and make sure to grab as much key on the way into the fight as possible. If you are using the allies minus key modifiers, then it's definitely a good idea to do that, so you can make things a little bit easier for yourself. But obviously we're not gonna worry too much about that. I mean, to be fair, the team isn't the craziest in terms of like links and stuff, right? So it might actually still be helpful to have picked up some of that key. Yeah, I think we could probably just do this. We'll get the full key for Gotenks at the end so that he can have the dodge chance. Not that we should need to worry too much, because like I say, with this being only a Dokkan event level in terms of difficulty, and we've given him only 50% extra attack, it's really not going to be too much of a huge issue. Yeah, Tala, how's it going? Should I buy Gohan and Piccolo or a dupe for Cell Max? I mean, unfortunately at this point, like, I feel like neither of them are particularly worth having. If you're talking about like with yellow coins, even though it's going to be a while for him to actually come back, I would say like just save them for Pycon. Because I think he's good enough that by the time he comes back, we won't have had any massive power creep unless the worldwide goes crazy. So when he comes back and is available with yellow coins, he'll still be good. But yeah, we'll put, so Yajirobe is our designated slot 3 float, provides support to the team. Relies on dodge against tougher enemies, but shouldn't really have to worry too much here. Obviously Tech Gohan's not getting hit first, so he's not going to be doing crazy damage, but it should be fine. Can we get the additionals? Yeah, there we go. It's not quite the quad super turn, but we'll still take it. Two normals, 2 supers. I think that's okay. And then AGL Gohan at 11 million. I think my AGL Gohan is either 90% or Rainbow. I got insanely lucky. Like, hopefully we can repeat that this year, right, with Golden Week. But I got insanely lucky on his banner. It took me like tickets and like 400 stones to get him to 90%, which is kind of crazy. And that was like the last copy was from the pity, because I got super lucky with the tickets, and then in the first few multis pulled like so many SSRs. The tickets give you pity coins as well. That like I only went to 400 stones because then that literally got me to pity to get the extra copy. So very, very lucky. Hopefully, like I say, the Part 2 LR for this year can be of a similar level of luck. But alright, so do I want to keep Oob on rotation? What do you guys have? Cold Judgment and Fierce Battle. You guys have Cold Judgment and Revival. Revival is 5% attack and defense and 2 key. Yeah. I mean, Pycon is just the better unit overall, so probably just keep Pycon on rotation, really. Do you think LR Pycon is better on release than Bulma was back during hers? I would say no, because at the time when Bulma came out, like, obviously one of the big leader skills in the game was the... actually, no, that was afterwards, wasn't it? With the worldwide, and then having the Blue Boys having the superclass sub-lead. But, like, Bulma was one of those characters where, like, you could just run her on teams. I mean, when she first came out, people were running her, like, off-lead in some events. And because she was so strong defensively when she first came out, like, she was still usable to a certain extent, like, without a leader skill. And a lot at times in like some of the tier lists, Bulma was considered like the best unit in the game, whereas Pycon, whilst he is really good, and then even if we're focusing on like the teams that he is on, like he's really, really good. But yeah, Pycon, I don't think I've seen anyone arguing that like Pycon is the best LR in the game. And obviously some of that is to do with the competition, right? Like with how crazy the anniversary LRs are. Like, it's pretty difficult for a yellow coin LR to come out and be considered, like, #1 when, like, you know, the Vegito and Gogeta are so ridiculously good. But yeah, she was one of those units that, like, you would just generally, like, people would just generally overall, like, you'd be disappointed if you didn't have her because she was so good. Like, any team you could put her on at the time when she came out, you would just put her on the team. Like, and I mean, the thing is with Pycon, it's kind of similar, but only because he's on such few categories. Like, if you can put him on the team, then he can be really good. But that's because he's only on, like, 4 teams, and he supports, like, 2 of those. So, obviously, you're going to want to use him if that's the particular team that you're using. But, yeah, go Gohan and go Tanks. Unit Super not getting dodged. I love because it's the card art. Like, Piccolo just appears there in the background, and then is gone. Like, I know that's because that's where the original art comes from, but it's so funny that Piccolo is in the art, but has literally nothing to do with the card, like, at all. Gohan getting his additionals. Okay, Janemba's done a few dodges, but it hasn't been too bad. Obviously, that could be, your experience with this event could differ based on your RNG. Like, if he just dodges like absolute crazy, that could obviously be very annoying, but... We've gotten relatively lucky here. He hasn't gone full on UI on us. In fact, yeah, we've got the final phase now. This is where it could, of course, he could, of course, go crazy. I think his dodge chance is higher in this phase anyway. Okay, so they just have Fierce Battle. They just have Fierce Battle. Okay. Alright, Pycon can't get his orbs if we put him in slot 1. So if I do this, that should drop those in orbs. Yep, there we go. Grab those for you. And then grab those for you. Give that a bit of extra support. No attack in slot 1 though, so obviously Gohan not going to be hitting as hard. But this is where we could see UI Janemba. Of course he dodges the normal, doesn't dodge the normal. Damn, 3 out of 4 attacks he dodged in slot 1 there for Gohan. Baikon got an additional attack that was a high chance to super and 10% damage reduction per rainbow orb. Would that make him the best? I don't know about the best. That would definitely make him considerably better. Because he has like 80% chance to dodge before he gets his first hit. If he was then also getting damage reduction with rainbow orbs, which he does make, like, he would be really good in slot 1. And getting the additional would be really helpful. Because the fact that he can't additional is probably one of the big drawbacks for him, right? Because obviously you get that turn, he can be dropping like a 70 million attack stat with a guaranteed crit, and then he doesn't do anything else after that, which, I mean, still good considering he's a more support and utility based character. But plus, yeah, if you get the full key, I mean, it's not a thing that's a huge thing in events, like tough events. Obviously here it would be quite useful, but the fact that they can't dodge, which I didn't actually think about, but yeah, that is quite funny. If you have LR Pycon, one of his abilities after he transforms is that his attacks are guaranteed to hit if you get 24 key. So this Janemba wouldn't be able to dodge his attacks if you have LR Janemba for LR Pycon for this burst mode. You know, it's kind of funny. But yeah, Gohan will eat this all day long. As though we haven't given the enemy that much extra attack, so that's fine. Obviously, if you want the event to go faster, you could give the enemy a little bit more attack and then a little bit less defense. But, because I mean, like, again, we could probably even give the enemy like 100% extra attack and it's really not going to make that much difference. But I suppose it all depends. Like, if you get really unlucky with the enemy dodge RNG, you could be stuck here for a little while. But we haven't done too badly. Crit from Gohan. Yeah, I mean, we're not far off killing him here. If Gohan hits again, yeah, there we go. Could be GG this turn, maybe. No, we didn't crit. That was going to be a crit, and then he dodged. Oob with the miss. Into the additional though. Kamehameha, let's go. Which he also misses. But yeah, I mean, Oob's one of the weaker defensive units on the team, and he's still taking double-digit damage from these normals, so we don't need to worry too much. Let's transform Gohan here. See if we can get the land the finishing blow. Okay, we can't get the Pycon's orbs, we can get the support at least. And we'll get the 11 key for Gotenks if he even needs to attack. Of course he did. Come on, Gohan. You got one in you, no? Okay. UI Janemba strikes again. Bro. He knows. This is his final turn. He knows he's hanging on by a thread. Bruh. Actually, Gohan's active skills can't be dodged, can they? So, there we go. And of course he didn't crit. Because if he crit, we would have killed him. Okay. Can we finally land our finishing blow? I love that the dodge icon comes up like as Gohan's like turning around to do the like back fist. So that's what happens when you turn away from your opponent, he just dodges. But there you go. We finally managed to, oh no. He's got like 1 HP. Come on, Gohan. Hey, there we go. UI Janemba almost got to us, but there we go. Alright, so we take him out. The funny thing about burst mode is the fact that it is still at heart a Dokkan event, so you get the medals at the end, which obviously for a lot of people, myself included, are just completely pointless. Unless they bring out another LR Janemba in the future, I guess, that is going to need these tech medals, then at least I'll have a few of them already. But there you go, 6,000 points with the Saviours team. Bang on 6,000. So we can go ahead and grab our burst mode missions, which of course will be all the missions except for the Corroded Body and Mind team, which we will jump in and do next. So let me know down below, what did you use for your Saviours team? What points did you get? Did you go for 6,000? Did you go for a higher score? And we will jump into the Corroded Body and Mind run now. Right, I'm going to stop the recording there, but then yeah, we will do the Corroded Body and Mind run next. Yo, Nemu, how's it going? I think Golden Week is 17 versus Piccolo, who have the serious transformation, cape off and absorb Kami. I mean, that would be cool, but I still think it's been mentioned for years now, and like, whilst I do think it would be cool, I think 17 versus Piccolo like just isn't hype enough to be like a big dual Dokkan fest. Let's rename that, so that's Burst Mode Saviours. But yeah, shout out to everyone who's here in the stream. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We've got over 50 people in the stream and only 17 likes on the stream. Make sure you hit that like button. It helps out the channel. It might not seem like a major thing, but literally just clicking that like button makes it more likely that the algorithm will promote the channel. The more people that see the channel, the better we do. So you guys directly help me out by hitting that like button. It's not hype enough until the kits are busted. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? I guess if they made them like the 2 best TURs on release, which to be fair, last couple of years, the Golden Week TURs have been the best TURs in the game. So so we need Supercard King Goku on the thumbnail. And then one for Tech Janemba Burst Mode. Category tags for the Saviours and Corroded Body and Mind. Alright. People have been complaining about the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, which is crazy because like Super Saiyan 3 Goku is still even kind of usable today, as long as the events are like short enough, because obviously he does start to lose that like damage reduction and everything over time, but yeah, he's still good even now in like some events. Battle hard and formidable foes, he's still a great slot 1 because not only does he tank, but he can also stun. Like, you know, JH feels like everyone is suffering from burnout from the anniversary at the moment, not really interested in any content till Golden Week. Yeah, I can see that for a lot of people. Like, fortunately Golden Week is now just a week away, but right, so Corroded Body and Mind. What are we going to want to run? Probably Tech and Physical, because then we can have like the Rosés, the Janembas. That's probably going to be like the best build. So we need an extra 50 points. Well, we could just put that on, I guess. Is it better to have two larger numbers or two texture numbers? Maybe texture number because of the support. There you go, should be an interesting team. Yeah, Rose gives 200% to accelerated battle or exploding rage, which he's not on. Everybody else is though, I think. Either way, it's not like we're trying to be. It's not like we need the most optimal team build in order to get the W here. All right, let's jump in and get this bit done, and then that will get us up to nicely to the end of the stream. Yeah, Rose needs super bosses on the team to be at his best, but I don't think it will matter too much in this event because it's not super difficult, right? So. I use LR Metal Cooler instead of Super Saiyan 3 Rose. Yeah, that's fair. I just really like Super Saiyan 3 Rose, so any excuse to use them, really. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to jump in and do the Corroded Body and Mind run. So, as you can see, Corroded Body and Mind gives you 100 less points. We are going to use Tech and Physical. So that does give us a few more points than AGL and Tech that we used previously. So we still end up needing 50 extra points. So I've kept on all the same modifiers, the 500 or less team cost, the status effects, obviously the damage reduction only from the typing that we're not using, 25% damage reduction, none of this stuff, 50% extra attack, 200% defense, 1000% HP, and then to get the extra 50 points we've just put on this. 50,000 damage or less will only do 0 damage, because realistically even additional normals from the units on this team should do more damage than that, so that shouldn't really come into play at all. And so yeah, there's our 6,000 points. This is the team that we got. Now obviously we got some characters like Physical Rose, who to be at his best wants loads of super bosses allies, but realistically, like, because this event isn't super difficult, the super boss's allies just give him the extra damage reduction, which he's not necessarily going to need. And plus we've got, you know, we've got him, we've got the Goku Black, so we've got 12% damage reduction, which, or 12% extra, because he has some already in base. Any excuse to use Super Saiyan 3 Rose, obviously he only has a chance to guard in the early turns because we don't have a bunch of crossover allies, but either way, this team should work out nicely. 2 Texture Ember leads. Physical Rose would give some of the characters on the team a 200% lead. In fact, I think it's everyone except for the Tech Vegeta, so we could use him as the leader and still use a Texture Ember friend, but I'm just going to run it back like this for the Corroded Body and Mind mission. Should be straightforward enough, obviously with the Texture Embers providing the support, and then we'll do the same again where we go for the key at the beginning here. Going to have a lot of support, so quite lucky with the numbers here though. Although until now, but yeah, just get that. If I go for the 1 and then we get like a larger number, we're not going to get anything, so might as well get what we can. Okay, so obviously Texture Ember with his Easy A, super good in slot 1, so I'll go ahead and do this. Grab these for you. No Rainbow Orbs for Physical Rose on the first turn, but that's going to be fine. 4,623 is only a tiny amount of stones. Damn. Well, from doing the content today, we got back up over 500. I got lucky and got Pycon off of the ticket, so I didn't actually have to spend any stones on his banner. So obviously I'll be picking up some of the sale packs and tickets and stuff for Golden Week, but already having 500 like going into it is pretty good. Because the Golden Week banners usually have the 3+1 for the limited time, don't they? So yeah, going into the celebration with already a couple of rotations ready to go is good. Yeah, physical LR Janemba, get his couple of attacks off here, get some build up in the first turn. Obviously Janemba giving like 60% support to this team. It's a shame that physical Rose does rely on super bosses for like his peak performance, because like super bosses has fallen off so hard now. It's not as bad as GT bosses, but it's one of those things where it's in the same kind of position where it's like they can't just get one new unit and the team will be good. It's like we need like almost like a whole celebration themed around it, where like over half the team is replaced with like new units. Right, so I keep you on rotation because otherwise you don't get your stacks. And do that and do that. I mean, the Vegeta, it might be awkward for the Vegeta to transform depending on how we go with like the HP for the different phases, but again, that's not going to be a huge issue. But yeah, it'll be quite a while till we see it, because obviously it was only the worldwide celebration for 2023. But like Tech Fusion to Masu LR, like ECA, be so good. I loved that unit so much. Like he stayed relevant for a while, but now that he has fallen off, that's kind of the linchpin. Super Bosses doesn't really have like a really good slot 1 tank, and with how hard the events are now, and obviously bosses supering in slot 1 being quite common, like the team just really struggles. And then characters like Physical Goku Black, like his Super EZA seemed really good on release, and then it feels like he aged out almost immediately, because he came out for the worldwide, and then in the anniversary content for like the 9th anniversary he was getting crushed by certain bosses. So and then yeah, Cell Max was like crazy on release and then fell off. So yes. I mean, Janemba's probably still good enough to be in slot 1 at this point, but might as well just put him here so he loses less of his damage reduction. Yeah, I mean, even like Physical Rose can be good, like in slot 2, as long as he's not getting super attacked. Okay, Super Janemba is here. Yeah, get AGL Broly is still good for like outputting tons of damage, but obviously he can get caught by big attacks and stuff as well. Let's do that. And that's the thing with Janemba, even losing like the chunks of his damage reduction in this event where the enemy's not hitting all that hard anyway, don't really have to worry too much. There's our first Janemba dodge. What's going to be really funny is if we transform our Tech Janembas and it's just going to be Tech Janemba versus Tech Janemba in a dodge off. So Rose can get a few additionals off here. Typical, we're gonna land the first one, which is like the weakest, and then he's gonna dodge like our later built up ones, isn't he? Do you know when the LR GT Super Saiyan 3 Goku returns, the one from the 10th anniversary? The 10th anniversary Carnival LRs, don't they usually return on like the carnival banners in the worldwide. So it'll be like the worldwide banners, which obviously won't be until like end of August, beginning of September. Or is it before then? Because do they don't return on the Tanabata Carnival banner, do they? Yeah, it is worldwide. I can't get the orbs for you if we put you in slot 1. Do that. They drop the physical ones. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Do that. Oh yeah, I forgot Vegeta wants a certain number of orbs, doesn't he? Oh well. Yeah, so it'll be the worldwide banners. Which, if you think about it, that'd be crazy. Like, the 2 worldwide carnival banners are going to have, like, the 4 anniversary carnival LRs. I mean, realistically, out of the 4, it's only really the Super Saiyan 3 Goku that is, like, a big prize. Gohan is good and fun, but not, like, super great. And then, obviously, the Blue Evolution Vegeta and the Frieza and Goku are just kind of hit and miss depending on the content you're doing. But it still adds a huge amount of value to those banners because they're going to have, like, a new Carnival LR and the 2 anniversary Carnival LRs. Alright, so Rose going to transform. Obviously, for people who didn't summon for Heroes in, like, 2023, Rose came from. Other characters you can use instead will be characters like Metal Cooler. Oh, okay. That's pretty good. Oh, wow, their friend doesn't have level 10 links. That's wild. There you go, 9 orbs for you. Big orbs for Goku Black. Yeah, here we go. Tech Janemba versus Tech Janemba, and who can dodge the most? Yes, R1 hit with the 25 mil. Let's go. It's on double 180 leads, and he hit for 25 million. That's pretty good. Oh wait, no, that was only AGL Janemba. Now the true dodge off will begin. Although we have a lot of abilities we can use here now. I don't know if is it even worth using the rage mode, because I'm assuming he can still dodge the attacks in the rage mode. I guess we might as well. Why not, right? The first one is the big one, so if he dodges that one, it's going to be annoying because it's the proper big like nuke attack. But 18 mil. Yeah, let's go. I mean, this is the thing, is like his super isn't going to really do a lot of damage to us anyway, but at least we cancel out the fact that he's now not going to super in the follow-up turn. Rage mode, Janemba dodged one of his attacks. There you go. If he dodges the subsequent ones, that's fine, because they don't do as much. No. All the dodging. Right, he didn't dodge the big hit, so that's fine. Could dodge the secondary ones, because they didn't do as much. Is our domain actually buffing again? Super bosses. So it's going to buff a couple of the characters on the team, so might as well, I guess. I want Tech Janemba to get hit so he can get his last hits in and transform. Do that, and then we can do that. Alright, let's see. How many attacks can we actually land against Tech Janemba? There you go, starting off strong with the first attack of the turn. Okay, good. Our Tech Janemba on a roll. With the crit as well, we'd love to see that. Okay. 2 out of 3. Pretty good. If I beat all content, how valuable is that Goku still? He's still incredibly good. Like, basically, because of the support that he provides, and especially with the fact that we will eventually be getting, like, the Daima Super Saiyan 4 Gokus, he will be, like, a unit that you run on a ton of teams. So, unless there's any, like, major power creep in the worldwide celebration, I would say that that Goku is, like, a top pick for coins when he comes back. Of course he's going to dodge Rose. I hope Golden Week is not Saiyan Saga. I don't hate the saga, but it won't be hyped right after the Cell banner. Yeah, because that's the thing. It's still a classic saga, right? You know, it's the first major saga of Dragon Ball Z. But, like, it's always the Super Saiyan and post-Super Saiyan transformations and fusions and all that kind of stuff that is, like, the most hype for a lot of people. It'd be the same for me. Like, I wouldn't be like massively disappointed or like upset or anything like that, but I definitely wouldn't be as hype if worldwide was Saiyan Saga. But there you go, Goku Black able to land enough hits to finish him off. So that is the Corroded Body and Mind one. I feel like that one was a easier, smoother run. No, so maybe when I go for setting the higher score, I will use Corroded Body and Mind team, but we'll see how we get on. Like I said, obviously, whichever is your strongest team, that's the one you want to go for, setting the 6,000 points, and then you can just jump back in and turn off all the modifiers. I mean, it should be, I would say, it should be obvious what I mean, but obviously, this is what you would do. Just go in, turn off all of these off, and then do that. And then, even with a not very good Saviors team, like, the event is not going to be difficult, right, with no modifiers on, especially considering you'd be able to stun the seal and all that other stuff. So, but there you go. 6,000 points with Saviors, 6,000 points with Corroded Body and Mind. Let me know how you guys got on with your team builds for both of the missions. Did you get a high score for both, or did you just do the main one and then, like I say, do this to get the secondary one out of the way? And of course, as I say, if you want to set a high score and post it in the Discord, do feel free to go ahead and do that and let us know. We'll see who gets the highest score for this Take Janemba Burst mode. But yeah, that is going to be it. Let me know how you guys got on with the event, what your scores were, all that good stuff down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one. Okay, so that's that recorded. Rename the file. Burst mode, not Other World Warriors, Corroded Body and Mind. I'll just put Corroded. I will know what that means. Dokkan Fest Nappa crushing the Z Fighters would be good. His links are so good. Garlic Jr. Saga for Golden Week is what we need. TN is the next Prime Battle LR to EZA. I think so, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. They could even do some interesting stuff with the Saiyan Saga, but also it's kind of a shame that they did the what if like Goku and Gohan LR for part 2 of the Cell and like Goku Gohan worldwide, but then they didn't do like a what if LR again like after that for Golden Week, which would have been really cool. Okay, so that'll be 6,690 if we just put all of the like top level ones on here, apart from attack. I don't like these ones because they give the enemy so much of a buff and you get like 10 points. I mean, I guess we would put these ones on. It means we do less damage, which sucks, but... How do we get to... God, that's enemy attack by 500% though, that's crazy. I'm not going to start this now because I don't have time, but I'm just trying to see. Maybe it would be best to do that and have 2 Janembas, but then his leader skill's 170. Or is it best to have 2 tech Janembas? I feel like it's probably still best to have 2 tech Janembas. But yeah, that's probably what I'll go for trying to set a high score. I guess we'll see. Where's my Cell Krillin absorbed? I know we still need that as like an April Fool's card. That'd be great. But yeah, Rose as the leader gives everybody a 200% lead except for the Tech Vegeta. So it's probably better to do it that way, I guess. But yeah, anyway, that is going to be it for the stream. I appreciate you guys coming out. We'll be live on the second channel later tonight. Make sure you check that out. The link is pinned in the chat. Do go check out the second channel, Ningen Plays, where I do all of my non-Dokkan gaming. And then, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow morning for some more early morning Dokkan stuff. Maybe we'll go for setting some high scores or doing some challenge runs or something like that. But yeah, that is going to be it from me. I appreciate you guys coming out. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will see you guys all again soon. Do the outro again, because why not? Have a good one. Yeah.